Peace and harmony. Hope everybody doing their thing, staying in tune, living and loving life from that heart frequency, going with their own personal flow. So today I want to talk about, just a real quick video about, some quick techniques for clearing your room, living space, or different areas of your home. So on this video, I'm just kind of gonna talk about like a specific room. So this could be for it could be for any room. Really, it can be for your bedroom. Like your living room type of space, kitchen area, that type of space, as well as like bathrooms or just any room really. But yeah. So I'm gonna talk about sage, using sage to clear your room. If you have a smoke detector, if you live in an apartment type setting, or those those fire sprinklers, you definitely want to be careful with that. Not get too much sage smoke near the fire alarm or by the sprinkler, because a lot of times, sage tends to like float and stay for a little bit, because it does clear. It takes a while to leave that area. I mean, also when you are saging inside, definitely always leave a patio door open, a door open, a window open, so that sage has a place to leave and return to the spirit realm or ground itself in Mother Earth. Most definitely. So yeah, when you are cleansing a room, you definitely want to start with. I tend to kind of start with like the center, and then start with the center, a fixed center, a starting point, and then I tend to go, outwards towards like the radius of a circle, and then I do a circle around the room, and then I expand that. After I do that circle, I expand outwards to that circle and hit the corners. Say it's just the corners of each room very well, like the one behind me. Definitely hit up those corners very well, because that is the collision point of energies. It doesn't have a nice smooth circular shape or round type shape to let those energies flow how they want to go outward and stuff. There are colliding energies, so you definitely want to cleanse those double time, triple time, most definitely, as well as go from. I tend to go high to low, but I mean, it depends on the situation. Sometimes low to high as well. So I usually do a mix of both. So depending on how you want to go about it, I would recommend both. But if you prefer one over the other, hey, do your thing. As well as another cleansing point would be to have beeswax candles to promote those negative ions, ground those positive ions, and have a negative ion type environment. Because our beings in this physical form, we do build up positive ions. So to have those negative ions is a beneficial aspect within our living space, because that's where we naturally get our negative ions is from Mother Earth, grounding our feet in nature. But to have this in your home setting, in your room, in your living room, any type of room environment, it's just an added bonus. So I would definitely recommend that one as well. Also, if you have, depending on where you get it, if you have a little bit extra money, or if you just want to go about getting that right away, I would recommend the pink Himalayan sea salt lamp. Those are very good. Those promote negative ions as well. They have the similar effect of a beeswax candle, just without the flame. I personally like beeswax candles because of the flame. I always like to have that fire energy within my living space. So I definitely pick up, beeswax candles or things along that nature. But hey, go about it your way, most definitely. Or have both, even better, double up on it. Just whatever you choose to go about. And then I would also recommend, this is kind of something that I do, is my personal thing. I always leave a window, like the one right next to me. I always leave a window cracked, even during the winter months. So depending on the situation of the day, sometimes, I open it more when I'm cleansing, but I always leave it like, I would say like depending on the window and how the circulation goes through, I usually leave like an inch or two of it open, even during the winter months, just to get that fresh prana circulating in, and then that old recycled air that's already been cycled through, to breathe, to cycle out. So just to keep that circular energy of the breath, in and out, just circling around, get that fresh prana in the room. Also clearing that energy space that any unbeneficial things, if they somehow try to creep in, which most of the time is very unlikely, but if they somehow do creep in, they'll be able to flow right back out. As well as setting up crystal grids or crystal altars, whether that be you have a main one in a certain corner or small ones. Definitely, I would recommend crystals like tourmaline, selenite, tiger's eye, obsidian, shungite, just protection crystals. I mean, as well as other high vibrations, but those specific ones, put those ones near the corners, along different walls, or in different ranges too, from high to low to mid-level to up above the door space, near window spaces, window ledges. However you particularly want to go about that. But that's something that I've been doing, and it's very beneficial to my being. So I would definitely recommend that. And it's also beneficial to your living space. If you have plants, if you have animals, they seem to vibe with it very well. The one thing I've noticed though, like if you do have a cat or cats, sometimes cats like to get a little bit crazy, and they do their thing, and then they sometimes like to grab some of the little crystals and play with them. So definitely, I would definitely just be aware of that. Set them up where the cats can't get to them. So yeah, just definitely be aware of that. Uh, yeah, that's basically it. I'd also recommend incense, different incense. Have an incense spot within your room, a little setup, as well as a place to burn it, so that way it can flow out the window. And always, burn incense and sage and anything with that fire element and smoke element. Definitely always have a window open for that energy to be released, as it comes into the spirit realm and be released back into the spirit realm or be grounded in Mother Earth. Definitely always have that window open, door open, or something for it to flow back into nature, to flow outward. But yeah, I mean, if you do choose to go about cracking the window and leaving it open 24/7, that's also a good one, just to have that fresh prana always circulating in. So yeah, that's basically it. Peace and harmony. Hope everybody's staying in tune, doing their thing, living and loving life in the higher frequency, going with their own personal flow. Peace.